In Louisiana's Delta Equine Center in Vinton, Louisiana, there resides a sire that has made headlines in the quarter horse racing world in 2022 for his shockingly impressive numbers from a limited crop and his first runners to hit the racetrack. The sire being referenced is RC Me Leaving You, and he has thus far in his brief sire career been truly a diamond in the rough. With only 12 foals of racing age in his first crop, his offspring are yielding 70% winners from starters. His average earnings per starter is a gaudy $46,000, which is 31 times his current stud fee.
We were very, very blessed when we were told from Benny and Terry Jeter that we were going to be able to stand RC Me Leaving You. They have been impeccable owners of a stallion. This horse is not only going to sire Louisiana breds, but this horse is going to be competitive, and we anticipate him being one of the biggest stallions that sires horses outside the state of Louisiana. We feel that RC Me Leaving You will be one of the top stallions in quarter horse racing.
You know, a lot of people I think are starting to see that they missed the boat on this horse. With 10 starters, 7 winners, already a grade 1 qualifier, fastest qualifier at that. Right now, people really need to jump on board. He is a bargain right now, and I don't think it's going to last because we see that he is going to be a producing sire.
On top of having 7 winners from 10 starters, of these 7, RC Me Leaving You has shown the ability to produce fastest qualifiers into futurities like Grade 2 Dash or Cash Futurity fastest qualifier, the Duke, winning his trial here at Lone Star Park in September. And then there's the royally bred son of RC Me Leaving You, You Fly Baby Fly, out of the Grade 1 $3 million All-American Futurity winning Fly Baby Fly. The colt is seen here winning his trial to qualify into the Heartland Futurity at the Horseshoe at Indianapolis. But true greatness has come from RC Me Leaving You's gelded son, the Duke. He not only qualified into the Grade 2 Dash or Cash Futurity to wind up finishing 5th after a poor start at the break, only to leap to a level of greatness in December that has sent his sire's level of marketability in the quarter horse ranks into a new stratosphere. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here in this story. We'll start at the beginning, with RC Me Leaving You's impressive stakes-winning race career before turning into a sire.
This horse during his racing career, the one thing that hindered him is he never could break on top. He always had to come from behind. This horse was gutsy. He ran as hard as he could run. He gave us, every time he ran, he gave the race of his life. He didn't hold anything back. If he would have broke on top of horses, there's no telling how much money this horse could have won and how many races this horse could have won.
The standout start in the beginning of this colt's racing career came in his 4th career start in the Texas Classic Futurity Trials at Lone Star Park. His win came from a come-from-behind effort after a dawdling start out of the gate under Francisco Calderon. His next newsworthy start came in his 3-year-old year when he qualified into the finals of the Retama Park Derby, and as you can see, overcame an extremely poor beginning to come roaring along the outside to get up for a 4th place finish. Now fast forward to mid-March in his 3-year-old campaign. After qualifying to get into the Texas Classic Derby, a Grade 1 event, RC Me Leaving You runs a huge effort to finish 3rd in a star-studded Grade 1 event that included the likes of eventual AQHA World Champion, Bodacious Eagle, and multiple other graded stakes winners. As a 4-year-old in the Miami-Dade Stakes at Hialeah Park in Florida, RC Me Leaving You puts in another valiant effort to finish in the runner-up spot to another eventual multiple Grade 1 winning AQHA World Champion, Jesse's First Down. But it was in his 4-year-old campaign at Lone Star Park in the Neville Stakes, which currently is called the Lip Chip Stakes, is where RC Me Leaving You became a stakes winner in this 350-yard event. Next up, the restricted Grade 3 B.F. Phillips Stakes in 2016, where RC Me Leaving You would go off as the favorite in the 400-yard contest in maybe what could be considered his greatest come-from-behind performance in his career.
Got out there quickly. Here comes one Dimple, then not available in stores. KW Cowboy not away as fast as usual. Then from between horses, RC Me Leaving You. RC Me Leaving You is powering on in the B.F. Phillips Jr. Stakes to win it.
As a 5-year-old, the Corona's Leaving You stallion went on to make his bid to go down as a back-to-back winner in the Neville Stakes at Lone Star Park.
Very quickly right on the inside. RC Me Leaving You with the advantage. Toward the outside, Kid Can Dash. Kid Can Dash. RC Me Leaving You on the inside from between horses. Crack and Black. Here they come to the finish. RC Me Leaving You on the inside in the Neville Stakes. Takes it to Kid Can Dash.
With the back-to-back titles in the Neville Stakes in hand, it was also time to see if he could become a back-to-back winner in the restricted Grade 3 B.F. Phillips Stakes at 400 yards, which would make him the only horse to do it in the history of this Texas-bred event.
RC Me Leaving You in the purple is starting to kick in a rally as they come to the finish. RC Me Leaving You is powering on and taking this race for the second year in a row. DM La Jolla was next in second, and it looked like Kid Can Dash was third.
In a career that saw RC Me Leaving You race into his 6-year-old campaign, the talented stakes winner was retired sound with over $200,000 in earnings, with 4 stakes victories to his credit and 5 top 3 finishes in graded stakes, and the qualifying effort into the Grade 1 Texas Classic Derby that yielded a 3rd place finish in the finals.
One of the greatest fallback in quarter horse racing is if you don't get that jump out the gates, that can make or break a world champion. The difference between $1 million winner and your average allowance horse. But he had what it took to keep running. Like I said, he ran until he was 6 years old, 31 outs. You don't see that very often. He couldn't quite get that break at the gates. If he had, we'd be dealing with a whole different animal here. And so I fielded a call from Ryan Robichaux, who at the time didn't have a spot for RC on his roster, and had made the recommendation to us that, he recommended us stand that horse. And of course, we were elated, excited to take RC, especially the Jeters on as a client.
What was you thinking when you first saw this guy, this horse?
Just a phenomenal looking horse. They don't come any prettier than he is. Put together well. Everything you want in conformation, especially in a breeding stallion. Obviously, it worked well for him. Not many horses run till they're 6 years old with 31 outs. He was made to put the miles on. Many racehorses these days, they don't have that many miles in them.
The StallionSearch.com SIRE profile of RC Me Leaving You. Check back for episode 2 in the coming week.